Hello, friends.
Oh, we're doing this again.
It's time for the spectacular.
Oh, I'm excited.
A jumbo series of live shows.
Cool.
With guests whom you all know.
We sure do.
We got all you need in the TV Co app, which is free. We're talking everyday life with BB alums, old school, new school. It's all epic fun. So let's get started, friends, because us three got a lot to discuss.
We do.
It's time to enjoy the show.
It is.
Let's see who'll be joining us.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah. You're doing great.
Guess who's enjoying the intro?
Hooray!
It's me, and I'm sorry, Nicole, I tried for you, but we got guests. We gotta start the show. Go, Nicole, start the show. Start it now.
Fine.
Okay.
Hello, Nicole. Hello.
Hello, Eric. Hello.
Welcome to the Valentine's Day show of love.
It's a show of love.
I brought a very special Valentine's Day background since I felt I should have my clothing match my heart, which is cold and black. But I gave myself a nice background.
I love that. I figured I would be colorful and exuberant since my background matches my spirit, which is bright and white light, joyous.
You have such a good spirit. I love your spirit. Sorry, that was my fault. I was opening chat so I could see everyone. Nicole.
Yes.
Do you know what the best thing to do on this Valentine's Day special of love is?
I know giving is a big thing and sharing is a big thing and all that lovey stuff.
I would say following. I would say wherever you guys are watching this show, make sure that you follow, like, subscribe, TV Code, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We are everywhere. So make sure that you guys are following so you are alerted every single time that we go live. And like Nicole said, sharing the show is a great way to help support too. Share it now. Let everyone know that we're live. Share it at the end of the show if there's someone you think might like this show. And who wouldn't? So make sure that you guys do that. And of course, if you're having any trouble finding us live, you can check out hellofriendspod.com. Click on that Find Us Live page. You'll get access to my social medias, Nicole's, the shows, of course, our live show schedule. There it is. It's there. Words.
And goodness. And of course, if you're looking for the audio version of any of our shows, those are on your favorite podcast providers. And please, when you're there, leave them a positive rating and a 5-star review, because that's the loving thing to do.
It is the loving thing to do.
Yes.
Love it.
I love you.
I'm just so distracted. Like, you're so tiny because you wore a headband and I look like a big giant ogre and I can't move back anymore.
I mean, I could do the whole show like this. I think this is cute. Look how cute this would be. Hi, everybody. Hope you're having a splendid
I would actually prefer it if you were just a head, because then I could just pick you up and move you. I could be like, whoop, boop, and move you over there and be like, oh, I could like just turn your head around when I'm done.
I think this is the new look for the show. I think this is the way this should happen.
Oh, my Lord.
I'm entertaining myself greatly. I am so joyous. You know why I'm joyous?
What?
Because today is a day of holidays. It is the Chinese New Year, the Year of the Ox. It is also, of course, Valentine's Day weekend, the start of it anyway. It's the start of President's Week, so a lot of schools and whatnot are going to be off next week. So it's a lot of good things coming our way.
I'm sorry, is what your frame of reference for next week is President's Week?
It's not President's Week, it's winter break.
Okay, winter break, President's Week, whatever you want to call it. And that's where you're going to go with next week? Because I think next week is always something like way more important.
We are currently in Black History Month, and I'm assuming President's Week, I think like George Washington's birthday's coming, and maybe Abraham Lincoln's. I'm not sure what you're asking, and I'm getting stressed. Oh shit, it's your birthday. Happy birthday! Yay!
My birthday always falls during winter break, President's Week, whatever you want to call. I've never was one of those people that got to enjoy my birthday during like a school time is my point.
Really?
Yeah.
Mine was always the same as well. Because being after Christmas, like because of Christmas, I would always be off and I would have to celebrate the day before we went on vacation for school. And that also stunk because that was typically when there'd be like holiday festivities, like celebrating Christmas and Hanukkah. So I would have to bring in cupcakes, which you can't do anymore anyway. But I used to bring in cupcakes like the day before the last day of school.
Right. I love
So
that.
people on like the 18th, 19th would be like, "It's your birthday," and I'm like, "It's not my birthday. We just have to celebrate today because it's a whole big thing."
Gotcha. Well, we have all week next week, Nicole. We have all week next week to lead up into my birthday. I'm so excited. So I'm doing
Yep,
this year. I'm making this year be about my birthday.
I love that. I love that for you. I'm so sorry that wasn't the first thing that came to mind. I thought you were giving me like a quiz about like politics and the world. Like I thought, first of all, I thought I got President's Week wrong. That's why I corrected myself and said winter break because I started thinking maybe it's in January. But now I'm aware of what you were doing. So happy birthday.
No, believe me, that's not what you got wrong. We'll get more into what you got wrong later in the show. However, this show is all about Valentine's Day
It
and
is.
love and us being here to help the people, Nicole. We want to help you guys all as we head into Valentine's Day this weekend so that you all can have a better chance at love.
Of course, I love that. And one way we're going to talk about love is, of course, discussing love languages. Now,
Yes.
love languages, I've described this, I think, multiple times. You guys know I'm obsessed with things that have like meaning and significance. So, just the overall like premise and theme of love languages are something that like just intrigue me. So,
Mhm.
I've shared it a couple times. There are 5 different types of love language,
Right.
and
6,
the
but yeah.
type you give is kind of different from the type that maybe you like to receive. And
Yeah.
the different ones are stop. The different ones are words of affirmation,
Yeah.
physical touch, giving, receiving gifts, quality time, and acts of service.
And dirty talk.
That would go probably under like words of affirmation.
Okay.
Because words of affirmation are like words that build your self-esteem and build your character. So I'm assuming someone's like, "Oh, you look sexy." I'm just assuming that's part of that.
I mean, or someone could be like, you dirty little pig boy, clean up that mess. Like that. Lick my boots. I've watched videos.
I don't know where that would fall. Maybe that falls under acts of service. But anyway, with that being said, we
Mhm.
have polled our Hello Friends community members, and we
Yes.
polled them about 2 different things. We polled them about which love language they like to receive and
Okay.
which one they like to give.
Right.
So we're going to start with the ones that our community members love to receive.
Now,
And we have,
can I just say again, because I didn't remind people at the beginning, this, if you guys want to participate in any of the polls or any of the things that we do on these shows, or we're going to have some live polls and meters, that is just another reason why you should come on over to the Hello Friends community in the Free TV Co app so that your opinion can weigh in here. Now, Nicole, quick, hot thing. Can you just tell me what was going through your mind when you created this poll?
what was going through my mind when I created this poll
Yeah.
was thinking about the type of love people like to get. Is that what you're
Okay.
asking?
No, right. And you would say that, like, you typed it out and I copied and pasted it, right?
I did. Yep. I typed Y. Is there a
Right.
typo somewhere?
And can you remind me about the whole I before E except after C thing?
Yeah. So when you, oh, did I spell it wrong? When you spell a word, I'm guessing it's receive.
Mm.
Um, Typically I comes before E, but if there's a C, the I will come after the E. So receive is spelled correctly there.
Oh,
Why is that bad?
I was told it was spelt incorrectly.
Oh, Muffin, you're wrong. That's spelled
Oh,
correctly
okay.
because
Well,
the
this
phrase
segment
is
bombed.
I. The segment is I before E, except when it's after C. So because there's a C in the word receive, the E comes before the I.
Darn.
Otherwise, you'd pronounce it receive.
Well, I'm sorry, JP. We were unable to get her together. JP and I thought we were gonna pull one over on you, but it didn't work out. Oh, darn.
I'm telling you, if I had made that error, it would have been an honest typo mistake, because that's like one thing I'm very anal retentive about is spelling. That's one of my languages of love. I feel like that should be a sixth one. It should just be like English language arts.
Well, what I was going to say was I was going to use my words of affirmation to support you as a friend in love if it was wrong, but it's fine. Go ahead.
So instead, I'll do that for you and say, my friend, you
Yeah.
are incorrectly led by JP, which we should have guessed, being from New Jersey and all. And I'm very sorry that happened to you. You've been bamboozled, but I, as a supportive friend, understand where your misrepresentation and confusion came from. And I'm very sorry.
All right. So, words of affirmation winning.
Yes. So apparently people like to be complimented. They like their partner to tell them, like, you're doing a great job, you're beautiful, I'm proud of you, I love you. Words are apparently the big one that people like to get from someone.
Yeah.
Immediately behind that is quality time. So people like
Mhm.
spending time. They love it when their loved one spends time with them.
Mhm.
Then, which I'm actually shocked didn't rank higher, is physical touch. I thought physical touch would be like up there in regard to like hugging and everything. I don't know. I just thought that was a little bit odd. And then acts of service. So people don't necessarily like being waited on, which I know
Mhm.
you do, Eric. And then receiving gifts, your favorite, is also not a big one, which is interesting because Valentine's Day, you would think people really want to receive things from each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
So with that being said, with this being the results of our community, people love their compliments. And, so from me to you, chat, we love you all so very, very much. I wanted to talk about our love languages and what we love to receive. So I will let you start. Just talk about it.
Okay. So, I mean, I think it's pretty clear. What do you think mine is?
I think when it comes to receive, you definitely respond well to receiving gifts. I think up there with gifts would be like acts of service. I think you like it when people, I don't like the word serve you, that comes out wrong, but like when people, oh, Eric, I saw you needed help, so I did this, or I did this to make your life easier, that kind of a thing. And I think also up there, third would be like words of affirmation. I think you respond well to people being like, great job.
And and all of those have nothing to do. I mean, your knowledge on that has nothing to do with a segment that's coming up later in this show. You just knew that off the top of your head.
Maybe just a
Uh,
little. Well, you have to remember too, I also have been talking to a lot within the last week about
Right.
love languages and asking you questions about them. So I think I've learned a lot about what makes you tick in regard to how you respond to somebody.
Yeah. I think for me, I am a person that has no time in my day. So anything that you're correct, that is a, hey, I did this to make things easier for you, or I did this so that you could have a little bit of time. Nothing enrages me or upsets me more than my time being wasted, because I always feel like I never have any time to do things that I want. So I would put an act of service almost above a gift.
Really?
Yeah, because I think that's the best gift, like giving me time that I can spend with my hubs, or time to just do something I want, or time to go to a supermarket, or time to see friends. Like, time would be the best gift. But then, yes, who doesn't love gifts? Of course I love gifts. I love gifts. I wish I didn't love gifts.
Well, in that sense, what do you think mine are? What do you think I like to receive from somebody?
Attention.
Well, what do
Oh,
you mean
I'm
in
sorry.
regards to attention? You have to use one of the rankings.
Okay, you would prefer, your love language is, you want words of affirmation and physical touch.
You think words of affirmation is up there?
100%. And if you say they're not, you're lying to yourself.
I I don't start with me. I really don't think it is. I know physical touch is up there. That's one thing that I've very much learned about myself. I've said this before, like I'm like a koala. I like to be hugged. Not hmm. There's different tiers to it in regard to like friends and stuff. Like I love hugging my friends. In regard to a partner, I am a koala and I love to be like hugged and touched. But like if I don't know you or if I don't know you like that, don't touch me. So
I
I
mean,
just set that disclaimer. But in regard to like a romantic relationship, I realize I'm very like like sit on top of you when we're on the couch. Like I'm very like sit next to you.
okay,
Like I'm
I take it
just like
back. I take it back because what I'm reading words of affirmation and I'm considering that to be you want communication, but it's very specifically it's saying you want you're so beautiful today. I love you. You're the okay, so I'm gonna switch it to quality time, physical touch.
I will agree with you. Quality time for me, like one on one, talking with someone, communicating, just literally like just alone time and like you said, communication. I more so respond to that than I do to words of affirmation. Words of affirmation, like you said, is more so, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
like you're just like so beautiful and I love you and wow, what a great job you did. Like, that makes me um defensive,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
guess.
yeah. I
That makes me love less. So mine's more so quality time.
Right. I totally thought that I was thinking of it more in communication. So yes, I
Yes.
agree. For you, quality time and physical touch.
So with that being said, what I went and gone and did was
Okay.
I did a question by question, and they are excessive. There's like 100 questions that like compares all these different. Would you rather this or this? Would you rather this or this? And I did it, and then I was like, I should send this to Eric so that he can do it. But I know him full and well. So what I did instead was I called him up and
This is the
just
smartest. That was the smartest thing that you ever did. That's exactly what she said. She's like, "Do you have a few minutes to do something for the show?" And I'm like, "Fine." And she goes down this rabbit hole of a 20-minute quiz and then finally at the end of it says to me, yeah, so sorry we had to do this on the phone. I just knew if I sent you the link and told you to do it, you never do it. And I was like, and I love that you know me.
Yep. I just knew if I sent the link, it wasn't going to happen. But what's interesting about it is it compares like, okay, quality time to acts of service to gifts, gifts to physical touch. And it just keeps on repeating questions to see where you fall. So I did mine, got my results, and then I interrogated Eric on the phone for, like you said, a good 20 minutes. And we have our results of where we fall on the spectrum and exactly what we were talking about. What I think is very, very interesting about you is I always thought gifts would take precedent and they don't.
Nope.
And I thought with me, I thought physical touch would take precedent, but it doesn't. So mine, I believe, if I'm seeing it correctly, is quality time, and yours is the acts of service.
Yep.
So,
I agree with that completely.
but I think it's kind of interesting that the one that like I really thought was my emphasized one is actually my second.
Yeah, I mean, I guess no. So acts of service for me is my second one. So I am, oh no, yeah, acts of service is my second one. Um, yeah, and gifts is my third one. Gifts is three down for me, right? Yeah, I would say it is. That was shocking to me.
But that's weird that you and I both rank the same when it comes to what we feel about gifts. That's weird. I feel like you respond a lot better to gifts than I do.
What do you mean?
Like I feel as though in a relationship, let's say, I think receiving something from someone not means more to you, but I think that carries more weight, if that makes sense. Whereas with me, like I'm very thankful to receive items and I love them and oh my god, it's so wonderful. But that is not like if I'm entering a relationship, that's not going to propel it forward. You know what I mean? Me spending quality time with you is going to propel the relationship forward more so than, hey, I bought you this.
Yeah, I completely disagree with my results now, so I just pulled it up in front of me bigger. Words of affirmation is my number one. I completely
No,
disagree.
we are flipped. This screen is flipped. So
Okay,
you're looking at
okay,
mine.
okay. Okay, so words of affirmation is your number one. Acts
Yes.
of service is your number two. Receiving gifts is your number three. Physical touch is your number four at 13%. But then quality time for you is
No,
10%.
no, I don't. I want to know what you're looking at because I have very different in front of me.
I'm looking at what's on the screen in front of me.
All right, here we go. I got you.
Okay,
So
let's
okay,
just tell us what yours are.
no, then I have it flipped. Yeah, I have it flipped on my end. So that's my error. For me, yeah, mine is first. No, that can't be. There is no
Here's
way.
what happened, everyone. Nicole messed up the poll results, and we're all
No.
covering for her. So let's just take these off the screen and make it up so that we don't have to have anything here. Go ahead, Nicole. Why don't you tell us what you think the results are now?
No, okay. So no, I'm not going down for this again. It's always me. So listen, my end all be all, now I'm like so afraid to be wrong. Yeah, I guess it is. Mine is quality time.
Right.
So I was wrong. It was my error again. It's
I know.
always me. Why do I do this?
It was like, that's so wrong. But look, here's what we know about ourselves. We know that look, no poll can tell us who we are, Nicole.
No. Okay. Well, it can. So mine is quality time. And for me, because I have it in front of me, because I actually know I'm correct, nothing says I love you like full undivided attention. Being there for this type of person is critical, but really being there with the TV off, fork and knife down, all chores and tasks on standby makes you feel truly special and loved. And that is extremely valid about me in regard to any communication relationship dynamic. I don't respond well if I'm talking to somebody and they pick up their phone, or if I'm even like my sister, if I'm talking to my sister and she goes, hold on a second, and walks out of the room and goes, oh no, keep talking. I'm like, oh hell no. Like you need to like give me undivided attention. So I realize like I guess because I get distracted. And it says distractions, postponed activities, or the failure to listen can be especially hurtful. Whether it's spending uninterrupted time talking with someone else or doing activities together, you deepen your connection with others through sharing time.
Okay, so oh man, it is hard because it's a Valentine's Day show and I really want to be nice to you. But okay, so did you want to read me mine?
Yes, yours, here we are. We got a little confused, but we're here. Yours was words of affirmation. That was your main.
No, I understand it is, and I completely disagree.
Because me and you were getting confused because you are very acts of service and gift receiving. But when
Right.
we took the 20-minute quiz that I kept on interrogating about, your first thing came out as words of affirmation. So actions don't always speak louder than words. If this is your love language, unsolicited compliments mean the world to you. Hearing the words I love you are important. Hearing the reasons behind that love sends your spirit skyward. Insults can leave you shattered and are not easily forgotten. Kind, encouraging, and positive words are truly life-giving, which does make sense to the questions you were answering, because yes, you are big on gifts, and yes, you are big on acts of service, but I did the singles quiz, which is like, you're alone, take this quiz. I did a couples quiz for you, and for you, there were certain questions that was like, do you want your spouse to buy you a present, or like tell you they love you? And for you being already in a relationship, the I love you meant more. And I think that's why it came out this way, because you're already in a relationship.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
But I did mess up the other results.
Yes, you did. So, don't worry. At the moment, just to give you a little behind the scenes, at the moment of it being messed up and me trying to fix it, I had I like moved the thing quickly to the side and there was a scissor there and I stabbed it through my finger, which is bleeding, and I have nothing to do. So I've just been I've been ripping the tops off of Post-it notes to try and stop my finger from bleeding. So we're doing good. We're bleeding for you on this show. Go ahead.
I'm honestly, I've confused myself to the point of like on confusion.
Mm-hmm.
Because I honestly think I flipped everything. So even with those, maybe it's that you like quality time and I like words of affirmation.
Who knows?
It could very well be. But one thing that we know
is that whoever ends up with you needs to have a lot of patience. I agree.
That's where I'm going to go with this. Anybody who ends up with me needs to understand the role that intentions play. I have the absolute best intentions in the world. I don't mean to make errors. I don't mean to confuse people. I don't mean to screw up. But yet it happens on a daily basis.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's clear. In all honesty, I think it doesn't matter what this thing says. You are the type of person who I think you like quality time, you like hugs. I think those are clearly your love languages to receive. I like to I would say things like I said that free up time for me when I feel like I never have time in my day and I'm always feel like I'm being pulled in 20 different directions. So for me, things that create time for me 100%. And I think that's from like a mental, like make my life easier way. But for things that are just like, oh, this is a fun thing. Yeah, who doesn't like gifts? And I like gifts. I see Zuri in the TV code chat says, "Girl, you speak to my soul right now. I am 1,000% the same." I'm assuming she means you. Unless she means girl, then she should be talking to me. But either way, I don't find it bad. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love that. Well, I think you brought up a very valid point when you and I were talking, and you said, kind of like the grass is greener on the other side, and you always want what you don't have. I think it's very interesting that somebody like you who is already in a relationship and you've been in a relationship, you are not necessarily seeking, let's say, like physical touch, whereas you're more so seeking, all right, I'm in a relationship. My hubs doing acts of service means more, whereas someone like me who's not in a relationship, it's like I just want quality time and physical touch with somebody because it's something I don't necessarily have.
I love how nicely you have put that. So yes, after we finish the whole thing, Nicole says to me, "It's just so crazy how different we are." I'm like, "It's not crazy how different we are. We want opposite I said we both have the opposite and both can say that we want the opposite features." I was like, I don't need quality time or physical touch with my hubs. I've been, he's been disabled for many a year. He can't go anywhere. We have plenty of time together. And if I want him to touch me, I'll just lift his hand up and put it on me. He can't run away. No. So I'm like, yeah, I don't want those things. I'll take gifts, I'll take food, and I'll take appreciation for, what I do.
Love that. Now, here's the thing.
Yeah.
And I won't screw this one up. Lord have mercy, I won't. The opposite, because I believe they're different, is what's the love language that you give? So you yourself, when you're with somebody, what do you tend to do for them to show them that you love them? So again, we polled our Hello Friends community to see what it is they like to give to those
now, Nicole,
they're with. Yes.
Nicole, before we go on,
if you tell me I spelled give wrong, I am disconnecting my camera and leaving.
What is that phrase? I before V, except in give.
Give is spelled
that's
correctly.
Not a thing? Okay, give is spelled right. All right, go ahead.
It's spelled I've, because I've given to you. Yep.
Okay, so this is the one now that are the people who did the poll in the Hello Friends community TV co-op. This is where they are falling. So, Again, words of affirmation number 1.
So apparently people like to give it and they also like to receive it, which I kind of think people are lying, because in the world we live in, I feel like people are not the nicest. So I don't think people are always complimenting each other or giving compliments. I think that's a bunch of bull.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I do love an act of service. Like, if you were to cut your finger open and were bleeding and could really use a Band-Aid but couldn't move because you were doing a live show, an act of service of a Band-Aid would probably be amazing. So I love an act of service
Yes.
immensely. But I do like to give a gift of a Band-Aid,
Yep.
maybe, or a gift of something. Like I am always one to like throw like I always want to do a big party for my hubs if it's his birthday or and he is very much someone who's like, nah, I don't need that. I don't want, like, he never really cares about it. And then always when it's like, and I think I do it because I think secretly that's what I want. Like I don't like any of the stress if it was for me of feeling like, oh, oh, is it going to be a surprise party? Is it going to be like, I don't like any of that.
Hmm.
So
I
I would just love a party because
That's
there's
good to
food
know.
usually.
But here's the thing about these results. The reason why I also feel like people are lying, I don't understand how having your partner receive gifts and physical touch, I don't understand how those are the bottom two. So people don't give their partner gifts. Isn't that what Valentine's Day is like? People, isn't that what people do? They give each other like kitschy items. So I think people are giving themselves more credit for the love language that they give than is actually true. Because I would argue more people give gifts. I would argue more people sounds horrible, but like hug and whatnot. Like I don't think uh maybe quality time is up there, yes, but acts of service maybe, but I think words of affirmation is a bunch of lies, and I'm calling people out.
I don't, though. I
Really?
really don't. First of all, it's giving. So of course people are going to want to take the easiest answer.
Maybe.
Like if you were the laziest in love, saying I love you is the easiest thing. You don't have to physically touch someone, you don't have to go out and give a gift, you don't have to spend time, you don't do an act of service. So of course I could see people defaulting to that one. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that.
I am. I don't know. So now, when it comes to you and I, which one do you think you're a giver of to any relationship, whether it be hubs or like a friendship? Like, what do you think is your go-to to show somebody you care?
Like I said, I think I very much am uh, I am a gift giver. I am a gift giver. I like to do things to show people that I care about them. I feel like, and I think we've said this before during the week, maybe it's just because we're in this job where we talk for a living and we have to be entertaining and tell stories and blah, blah. So to me, words don't really mean much. People saying, I love you, or I care about you, or great, blah, 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 blah. I like, I like to show people, because I guess what I'm saying is I do those things a lot. Like I'm always talking, trying to make a show entertaining. So I like to do something like, oh, I was listening. I knew that your favorite thing was this. So I had it made for you, or I had it, I made it for you and ironed it on a shirt or this or that, So I think gift giving mixed with words of affirmation, a little sprinkle of all of that in there. And
I
I
can see.
do see Augustina says, we do gifts, but even before Valentine's Day, I want him to ask me to be his Valentine, no matter how long we've been married.
Ah, that's really, really sweet. That's almost like a vow renewal every year. Oh,
I see, as a follow-up, Augustina said, I want it in his own handwriting how much he loves me.
that I like that a lot. That's really, really, that's a really cute idea. I don't see. I agree with you with what you give, because even like in a regular friendship dynamic, I think you're very good at words of affirmation. I think you're very like, great job, proud of you. Oh, I love how you did that. It was a great idea. Um, I don't think I'm very good at that. Like, I tend to think to myself like, wow, that person did a great job, or oh, I'm so thankful for that person, but I
Mhm.
don't articulate it as seen in the card that you read on the podcast from pre Big Brother All Stars. I'm a woman of few words, but I would say what
Uh,
I give,
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I give quality time. I'm the type of person, um, if you mean a lot to me, like, best believe I will answer your text, or best believe I will answer your phone call, or best believe I'll call you back if I do miss your phone call. And yes, I'm a very nervous person. I don't always like big group gatherings, but if you're having an event, like, of course I want to like spend time with you. If I'm having something, I'm going to invite you. So I think within reason, I think I'm a very big quality time giver. Does that make sense? I don't know.
Yeah, I do. I think you are the type of person who would think spending time with you is a great gift.
No, I don't know.
Oh,
That
is
comes
that
out
not what
so.
you just said?
No, I'm not saying spending time with me is a gift. What I'm saying is, if if you mean a lot to me, I will give you my time. That comes out very self-centered, and I don't mean it to come out self-centered. What I'm saying is, like, not even a
This is a
relationship
very
thing.
revealing show in ways neither of us
No,
expected.
no, that's not what I mean. What I mean is, I'm not good at articulating, like, hey, let me sit down with you. Hey, you mean a lot to me. I really like you. Like, I respect, like, I'm not the type that's going to articulate that. So I show it by, here I am present with you, and you are talking about your day, and I am listening. I'm
Okay.
not saying me being there is me bestowing my gift upon you. What I'm saying is, my being there for you is my way of showing you, like, I am here for you.
No, I'm obviously just making a joke. So
No, but I
three,
realize how that sounded. My gift is giving you my time.
here's the 3 points that I will say. Number one, Nicole is correct, which I do disagree. If you guys did not hear that episode of the podcast, that was the last episode of the audio podcast, which is in the your favorite iTunes, Google Play. You can search Hello Friends podcast or the TV co feeds and get it that way.
I believe
Um,
last week, Wednesdays. It was called Letters, Rings, and Flings.
and flings. So yeah, but I disagree with you that you were not that you only said a few words in there. It was very long. I will say I have been bestowed my act of service and received my band-aid. I won't even show you what my
Uh,
desk looks like. So that's great. I am so much more focused now. And lastly, I don't think that it has to just do with relationship or love to want to spend or to be giving of your time to someone.
yes.
I'm not like poo-pooing your answer. I'm saying I think that is something that everyone, if you're anti-Valentine's Day or you're not, if there's something for you to take away from this show, it should be give your time to people that respect your time.
Yes,
If
exactly.
you have people that, do not respect your time, that, will say, oh, if only this, then that, or I wish that things could have been like this, but now they're like that. And
Yep.
it is people that you have given chances and then, you need to reevaluate things.
Or
But
only call you when they need you, or something like that.
only
That's
call you when you need you people fall into that category. Uh, all of those people. In other words, focus your time on the people who respect you, respect your time, And I think you will have better relationships in general. It doesn't have to have anything to do with Valentine's Day or holidays or anything like that. Spend your time on people that make you happy and respect you and respect your time in return.
Oh, absolutely. As these even love languages, they pertain to dynamics with loved ones and friends and coworkers, whatever it may be. And I think, like I said, my example with you was, yeah, words of affirmation make sense because you're somebody, if I do something, you're like, Nicole, that was a great idea. Thank you for thinking of that. And I'm like, oh, thank you. Like, that's awesome. So as a friend, that means a lot. And I'd like to think that as a friend, I'm very good at like, when you call, I answer. Although lately I've been very bad at that, so maybe not.
What world do you answer when I call?
I think I'm a
Don't ever
compulsive liar.
answer.
Is that like the sixth option? Compulsive lying?
Yeah. Like I said, there's a sixth secret choice that you're not answering. I see that Sparkly Eye in chat says, when you're a very busy person, giving your time is also a compliment, which I agree with because I mean, I agree with it to an extent. I think that I do think, or because let's put it this way, I know it for me. And I don't look at it as like, oh, this, like kind of what I was joking about you, even though I knew you didn't mean it that way. But it's like, I wish people understood that, oh, no, I'm doing this thing with you right now. There's literally 4 other people that are literally right here around me that all need me for something, but I'm doing the thing. And I get that point for me, but I think people don't see that, or it comes down to like a we never know what other people are dealing with way. Because in my mind, I will think, oh my God, I replied to a whole bunch of DMs, or I replied to like a few emails, and I'd be like, oh my God, I really wanted to do something to give back. I'm glad that I did that, whatever.
Yes.
And then I will find out like later, like, oh, that person is mad at you. You only said 3 sentences to them and blah, blah, blah. And I'll just be like, is that a joke?
Well, I think that's a very fine line as well.
Right.
Where, because this can pertain to like being colleagues or just being acquaintances or being friends or being in a relationship, it is tough. That's a very valid point. If you're somebody who gives words of affirmation, you don't want to send somebody like, oh, great job. And the person's like, she's in love with me. You know what I mean? So there is different like tiers to it. And I do see a lot of people in chat talking about like exes and whatnot. And I think the best advice I was ever given, shout out to this person, they know exactly who they are. The best advice I was ever given was, again, TikTok. We just love TikTok. It was a TikTok. And the girl said, if he wanted to, he would. Because if he wanted to, he would. And if he didn't want to, he won't. Because if he wanted to, he would. And he didn't, because he didn't want to. And watching that made me laugh, but it is so extremely valid in regard to maybe like a crush or somebody you are pursuing or an ex or whatever it may be. It doesn't matter if it's he or she. If the person's not doing it, it's because they don't want to. So if somebody, is not calling you, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, you got to get the hint. If someone is constantly canceling on you, you got to take the hint. And that goes like in both.
I think constantly is the key word there, though. Like, I think it has to be consistently, because again, I think it goes back like, and I don't have another example, so I'm using me, but I don't mean to use me. I think people don't realize with me that, we do these shows and there's all the work before or after the shows. I think people that listen to the podcast know like, oh, but also caretaker for Hubs, caretaker for my parents. There's all of these things. So I think, not like, in other words, saying to someone like, oh, I don't have time doesn't necessarily mean I don't care.
That's not
what
I'm
I'm saying.
Yes.
That's not what you're saying. Okay, go ahead.
I hear you, like, on like, you're thinking more like a show level, like a community level, a friendship level. I'm saying in
you're saying like specifically as partner.
Yes, I'm saying in actively pursuing a
Okay.
partner, if you, because like I said, it was a gal pal who had given me this advice because I was like, no, no. And she was like, no, like Nicole, if he wanted to, he wouldn't cancel on like, oh, let's go get lunch. And if he's really busy, it would be, I'm so freaking sorry, I'm busy, let's reschedule. Or hey, can we do this other time? If the person's constantly like, oh, yeah, sorry, I can't do that. Next week, oh yeah, I can't do that either. Next week, oh that, I'm super busy. And when you're seeking a different type of relationship and it's constantly that, then yeah, it's not that.
Right.
If that makes sense. So I think yes, there's
I'm
friendship levels where if the person you don't talk, yeah, you can pick up right where you left off because you're friends. That's different, and people understand. People get busy. I'm the worst at answering texts, but I'm saying in regard to pursuing somebody, don't get stuck in like the no, like it'll happen, because if it ain't gonna happen, it ain't gonna happen. You should respect yourself more.
Okay, I hear you. And I will also still throw in there. I don't know that everything is so that black and white, but okay.
Because I think you're thinking of it more, I mean, like, oh, the person's busy, he chose work over me, how dare he? Or oh, he chose his sick mom over me, how dare he? That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying if you want to, you'll make time to make the phone call. Hey, I'm so sorry I had to cancel, my mom's sick.
Right.
If you wanted to, you'd send the text saying, I am so sorry I had to cancel that lunch date. And if you're not, there's a reason why you're not in that kind of a relationship and dynamic. And that's just my
I
finding.
guess my confusion here, and I think the other thing we learned from this show is that you're a compulsive liar. You started out the story by saying it came from your good friend. Then you said you saw it on a TikTok. Then you put it
But
back to it was your gal pal. I'm confused to where this information came from.
it is a TikTok video that a wonderful human being, a gal pal, showed me and said,
Okay, I
she
get
was
it
like,
now. Showed it to
yeah,
you.
yeah. She was like,
Okay.
this is honestly the best advice. I have to share this with you. And she showed it to me, and I was like, oh, damn, that's actually very, very valid.
Got it. Got it.
Yes.
Got it. Got it. I thought you were saying you saw it on a TikTok that was from a friend, or I got it now.
She showed me the TikTok, and then after that, would say to me, if he wanted to, he would. And I was like, yep, gotcha.
Okay. Well,
Point taken.
here's what I want to say. I
Yeah.
feel like last Valentine's Day, Nicole,
Okay.
was when I feel like we all found out that you were dating. So do you plan on surprising us with telling everyone that you're dating again this Valentine's Day?
Actually, no. I am committed to myself.
I mean, we won't know because you lied to us last year too, and you waited to Valentine's Day to tell us. So
Did I?
yeah. I mean, not me, I knew, but I feel like you told everyone around Valentine's Day. You know your stupid boot story. Look.
That was no. Let me explain that. I went out on Valentine's Day, but I didn't say anything prior that I was going out. I wasn't dating anybody at the time. I just went out on Valentine's Day.
Oh, I thought you were.
We
I
didn't.
don't remember.
No, we
You
didn't
know,
start dating.
look, this was just supposed to be a transition into stupid Valentine's Day
No, but I
things.
don't want people thinking I'm a compulsive liar.
Well, they saw the show.
We were just we just went out for Valentine's Day, which I guess you could argue was a date, but then we didn't start dating until after that. But formalities, tomato, tomato. Am I right?
Okay, so sorry I got the timing of your love wrong. Anyway, speaking of stupid Valentine's Day things, we have a great live poll because if we've learned anything on this show, we can't count on Nicole for poll results. So I thought, let's do a live Valentine's Day poll all about what is your most favorite Valentine's Day kitschy thing.
Yes.
So now our choices for the live poll are going to be, Nicole, box O chocolates,
Okay.
Roses, stuffed animals, or balloons. Now, you guys know the deal. Number 1 for roses, number 2 for balloons. I'm sorry, hashtag. I always say number and I mean hashtag.
Okay.
Hashtag 1 for roses, hashtag 2 for balloons, hashtag 3 for chocolates, and hashtag 4 for a stuffed animal. What is your favorite and kitschy? Because obviously I wouldn't want any of these. But if you had to get one of these, and yes, wherever you guys are watching, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, you can put it in whatever chat you guys are in. Same thing with comments, by the way. If you guys are watching in Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, etc., you can put your comments there as well. We'll be pulling more of them up during shows now. But wow, chocolates.
Listen, here's the thing. I'm going to go down my list of things. Chocolate is great because you get it, you eat it, it's delicious, it's gone. Roses are great because you get them, they're beautiful, you admire them, then they're gone. Balloons are great, you get them, you admire them, then they deflate. Stuffed animals are awesome. Trouble is, if you get them every year, you're going to start having a collection of Valentine's Day stuffed animals. But you guys know I love my stuffed animals, so I'm not knocking them. What I will say, if I had to answer right now today, my answer is balloons because my
Love a balloon.
my lovely parents, knowing that last year I did have a date for Valentine's Day and this year I do not, my parents knowing that I was a little like down about it, I
Is
just
this
thought
Bizarro World? Did I not just say 5 minutes ago that you went on a date with your boot and then you were like, no, that didn't happen? Am I losing it today? Like, I swear to
I
God,
said,
I'm having a
Eric,
stroke. I'm having a stroke. I'm done with this day. I'm done with
Eric,
it. I don't know what's
you need
happening.
to listen to me for 2 seconds. I said, yes, we went out on Valentine's Day, but we weren't formally announced dating until after that. I was not asked to be his girlfriend until after that. That's what I was articulating with that. So I do not have a person, whatever it may be, date, outing, Valentine's Day spectacular, whatever you want to call it, whatever it may be, I do not have one this year. So my parents, being the wonderful people that they are, I woke up today to balloons.
It's not Valentine's Day.
They got me heart balloons. No, because
What's
they
happening?
need, because it's the weekend.
Okay.
It's the Valentine's Day weekend.
All right,
Why
got it.
don't you poo-poo my balloons? So yeah,
Oh, you just made me panic that it was Valentine's Day for some reason.
no, Valentine's Day is Sunday. It's Valentine's Day weekend. My parents wanted me to have them for the weekend, so they got me. I woke up to balloons today. So my answer currently is balloons.
Love that. And
Yeah,
yes, this looks like chocolates. We are locked in with chocolates being the winner, not balloons. Sorry.
chocolates, then stuffed animals, then roses. So I always feel like roses would be a lot higher, but people are not feeling the flowers. And then balloons. I like the balloons. I like them. What's your choice?
I like balloons. I would say 100% I am a balloon fan. I would pick balloons.
I love that. So I would give you some of mine, but I really like them, so you can't have them.
What kind of balloons are they that you got?
They're hearts, and they're all different. So some of them say "I love you," and some of them say "Happy Valentine's Day." And like one's like pink with white, one's red with black. Like they're all like really, really cute. I love them.
Are you
They're
gonna put it
heart
on
shaped.
Instagram?
Yeah, that's why they
Okay.
got them, because everybody's gonna be posting like their lovers on Valentine's Day. So I was like, I wanted to post something cute. So my parents were like, "Here's balloons." So I'm gonna be posing with balloons. It's gonna be so cute.
Zuri says she loves those little balloons on a stick over in TV Co chat.
Me too. Me too. Those are adorable, and they last forever.
Is that what's stuck into your head right now?
These are actually headbands, but they do look like balloons. They look like flowers in a garden. Look at me, I'm like a little Valentine Day like garden. Look how cute.
Too easy, too easy, too easy, everyone. Okay. Here's
What?
the other thing. Oh, nothing. Sorry. Here's the other thing. Here's the thing. Augustina says balloons deflate, chocolate makes you fat, and roses die, but stuffed animals last forever. I would argue that stuffed animals are a dust collector, which would affect your allergies. The fabric can get moldy, which could have turned into black mold and then become death spores, which kill you. You should go with the Buddhist theory. Pick a flower because you should always be looking at things as if they are in their broken, unusable, or gone state so that you can appreciate them for the time you have them and they are in front of you. Expectation leads to disappointment. Everyone wants what they don't have. Just learn to enjoy what's right in front of you.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Unless what's right in front of you has dangly hearts bobbling on its head.
Deedle-deedle-dee.
God.
I love it because I'm already such a twitchy person, and they move when I move. So it's like I find them very entertaining.
Used to think that I had anxiety before I met you, and then I realized that it gets raised.
I give you anxiety?
Yeah, especially when you do diddle 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 diddle. You're like a little bug. You're like a little bug. You're like a little bug that just runs around you in circles. It's like frightening.
A little love bug.
Oh Lord, I did set myself up for that one. Here's what I want to know, Nicole.
All the black cockroach.
What? Yeah, I said
we-
it was to match my coal black heart, which was also the other reason why I laughed at you earlier when your answer was how you got mad if people don't listen to you while you're talking. Because I was going to say the other part of that 20-minute quiz that we left off was how every 5 minutes in the middle of me answering a question, Nicole would just start having a conversation with a random person that walked through the room. To which I said, if you do it one more time, hang up.
A random person is my mom, so not random. And second of all, mom takes precedent over you. Sorry.
Okay, and what was it again that your mom asked you?
I don't remember.
Right, because it was nothing. I said you stopped to talk to any random person that walked through the room. So your mom didn't ask you a question. She just walked into the room, and in the middle of me talking, you would go, "What's going on, Mom? What are you doing today? Oh, I like your sweater. Oh, it looks so great. Oh, it's wonderful." And I'd be like,
because I love my mom.
and then you'd be like, "Okay, can you give your answer again?" And I'd be like, "Sure." So blah, 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 and you'd be like, "Oh, Dad's here now too. Oh, great. Dad's bringing in a plant from outside. I love that plant. That's a great color." I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I did it again.
Dad. I like to give them words of affirmation. Quality time. Remember, I'm gifting my time to everyone. Listen, there's 3 of you in the room. I gotta bestow myself on all 3 of you.
Yeah.
Oh
If the
boy.
time's not quality, is it time at all? Just remember, my least favorite is wasting my time.
But it's quality, not quantity, and I have the quality.
Okay. So here's what I want to weigh in. Speaking of the times and the qualities and the and those, I think we should do a live meter with everyone actually, because we know where we fell and that our love language and that, like what we like to give and what we like to receive is different. I'm kind of curious if that's what it is for everyone else, that's watching too. So I would say my question is, do you guys feel that your love language is the same? So do you feel that what you want to give is what you want to receive? And again, you can just type yes or no wherever you guys are watching. I feel like it's going to stay no.
I think when we originally started talking about love languages, a lot of people were like, "What are you talking about? My love language is this. It's always the same." But the more we started explaining throughout the week that, no, what do you like to get from a partner versus what do you typically give? I think I myself have even realized, like, yeah, they're very, very different. And I see that chat is agreeing, which is interesting because you would think they would be the same and what you give is what you like to receive, but it's not. So I think in that thing. It's kind of like the whole golden rule, do unto others as you'd like done unto you. If you're somebody that does like words of affirmation, maybe try complimenting a loved one more, and maybe they'll reciprocate. If you're somebody who craves physical touch, maybe hug and whatever your loved one more, and you'll receive it more. So I think it's very telling about us as human beings that what we give is not the same that we want to get.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, I locked it at no. So I'm going to go with it's a no. We're locking it in with no. I think it's pretty clear it's no.
People agree that they don't. I not don't agree. People agree that they don't have the same ones. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
We gotta change it up, everybody. We gotta giveth what thou shalt want to receiveth.
And do you know what I want to receive it?
What do you want to receive it?
Gifts.
And I want your time and your gifts.
You better work on how you deal with people then when they're giving you your time, because you're very dismissive and you'll just talk to any other person that walks in a room. It's going to be bad.
No, quality time is different. What did I just explain to you? Quality time is one-on-one, alone, like dedicated time. I was not dedicated to you. I was in my house on the phone with 3 other people walking through. If I was alone with you in a room, best believe you'd have my undivided attention. Here we go.
Right. You know what this means, right?
I know what this means.
Okay. First of all, I'm going to direct this to the Hello Friends community, everyone, because I saw that you guys like affirmation and words that thereof. I hope that all of you are going to be having a great Valentine's Day. I hope that you know that I love all of you. I don't know if Nicole loves you, and between me and you, even if she said she did, it's probably a lie. Also, she hasn't realized yet that if you fuck, if you fuck, I'm just gonna stop right there. That's it. She just hasn't realized that. I was gonna say fuck friends over, but then I was like, that's really harsh. That's not what I meant at all. And I tried to take it back, and it was too late. I already had the word fuck out. What can I do? So let me try again. If you are dismissive of your friends while you're on the phone, how can any of them lead to a boyfriend? Because we know you're going to start with friends. But if you go with
Eric's first statement and you fuck your friends, maybe they can become a boyfriend.
But if we've learned anything from Nicole on several seasons of Big Brother, it's don't worry, the guys that she'll be around the most are probably gay anyway. So, back to my point. I just wanted to say to all of you out there who filled out that poll with polls of affirmation that I think you guys are swell. I hope you know you got a big piece of my heart. And then I have a heart on for all of you. Happy Valentine's Day.
My turn. I would like to articulate that there was a lot of Freudian slips in that little one-on-one you just had with Chat. And now it's my turn. And I want Chat to know that, again, when I arrive at hell, at least there'll be a long walkway for me to walk down with all my good intentions, because it is not my intent to lie. It is not my intent to mess things up. It is my intent to bring joyous goodness to all of your hearts. So please know that I am bestowing all my love upon you. And I love you this Valentine's weekend and always. And if you're not somebody that is currently with somebody, that's okay, because you have the love of friendship, you have the love of Hello Friends, you have the love of the HFC, and that is what matters. This is Nicole Anthony. Peace out.
Yeah, well, again, what we should have also learned in the show is that you are a compulsive liar, so I don't know that anyone should believe any of that. However, I also think there is different types of love, Nicole.
Yes.
And one of the best types of love is the love of a friend.
Yeah, are you going to tell me you love me?
Absolutely not. I am talking, of course, about our Friday segment that we do every Friday, Nicole, shouting out our friends. Not shouting out our friends. It's shout out to my friends, which again, you guys can leave your messages of who you would like to shout out in the Hello Friends community. So, and then we make it random on which ones that we pick. So I am going to go first with Tim.
Okay.
And Tim says, I would like to shout out all school teachers who help give kids education during these crazy times from preschool to public school, high school and college, university students. So they must be from like Canada or another country. University students, thanks for all you're doing. Kids are our future.
I absolutely adore that as somebody who has worked, obviously, at the various levels of schooling. And both my sisters, of course, worked with all their little sweethearts today at the school. And yes, tremendously big shout out to all of our school teachers. I've said this time and time again, and I'll always say it. They don't get enough credit. They don't get enough pay. They don't get enough benefits. They don't get enough anything. And teachers deserve a lot more respect and love and gratitude.
I agree. I don't know why we pay sports people billions of dollars when there's teachers and nurses and crossing guards and all these people out there. Anyway, now I know this next one is one of your favorite shout outs.
Yes.
That you were very upset didn't make the cut, not didn't make the cut, but didn't get picked last week. And I said, okay, we will make sure it gets in this week. Now, are you able to see it or would you
I
like
am.
me to read? All right, go ahead. I'll let you do it since you love it.
Okay, this is a shout out from Mel Bell in the Hello Friends community. And she says, I'd like to give a shout out to my snowblower. Thank you for holding up during another Midwest winter storm. Stay strong. I need you.
I love it.
It's so good because, currently in the Northeast over here, we are getting pummeled by snow every other day. And it is true. Like, if you have a snowblower, thank you, snowblower, for being the amazing you that you are. And don't poop out on us. We need you. And if you don't have a snowblower, like my friend Eric, I will say thank you, shovel. And thank you, legs and back and arms, for helping me shovel.
If you don't have a snowblower like Eric, I would remind everyone that my birthday is coming up next week. Now, I have had an opportunity to have a snowblower in the past. It's one of those things where, like, everyone I know that has a snowblower, all they say is you just dump money into it. It's never working. You're always having to fix it. There's
Yes.
always a problem. And I can understand if a snowblower was like $30, then I'd be like, all right, if it's gonna work one winter and then break, whatever. Snowblowers are like $500, $600, $700. Get the hell out of here. Let me know
It
when
is
there's
true.
one that runs on battery and is no problem.
They do break down a lot. And luckily, my dad, being the amazingly amazing handyman that he is, like, he just fixes it and keeps plowing. That came out inappropriate, but you know what I meant. With that being said, someone like me, if I was living alone, I would just do a shovel because I could not fix it once it got clogged or jammed or a spigot, whatever the hell you call it, broke. But if the person I'm with can fix things, then I'm getting a snowblower.
Got you. Yeah. I've never wanted a snowblower until this year, really. But still, it doesn't seem like it makes sense.
I get that. But if someone has one, please go and blow Eric's snow.
Absolutely not. Uh, and I'm gonna go and put this out here right now. I think we're done with the snow for the season. I'm putting it out there.
We're not, and now you're just going to make
I
Mother
think
Nature.
we're done with the snow for the season,
Eric,
and I'm
stop
putting it out
saying
there.
it.
We're done.
You're going to annoy Mother Nature because now you think you're above her, and
Okay,
you
Mother
declare when the
Trucker.
snow's over. You're declaring that the snow is over. You're going to frustrate her, and now she's going to
Lint
pump us more.
liquor.
When you call the Cootie Queen, you lint liquor. That was a great commercial. Pickle, you kumquat.
I'm telling you the snow's over. I'm being positive.
So are you Father Winter?
Yes.
Old Man Winter, rather. I mean, you are turning 41, so Old Man Winter makes sense. Love you. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
So anyway, in the after show, guys, which will exclusively be in the TV co-op, you're going to want to make sure that you come, because it's where I'm going to be telling about who Nicole's been dating for the past 3 months and not telling
Eric.
any of you about. Make sure you guys come on over. But in the meantime, before you leave, make sure that you follow, like, subscribe wherever you guys are watching this show so that you are alerted everywhere when we go live and do them. Of course, we always read the comments that you guys leave below wherever you are watching them. 5-star rating and a nice review is always appreciated if you are listening or watching in iTunes. And of course, hellofriendspod.com. You can go to the Find Us Live page, get a link to all of our socials, see our live show schedule, and more. We have some pretty exciting guests coming up for you guys next week. If you're a fan of the challenge, or you've watched any of our challenge watch parties and watched Nicole literally rage over this person, they will be on next week. That's your hint. And if you were at a hangout show yesterday, I think it's another person who's joining us next week. So 2 people that we are very excited about.
Extremely excited. It's going to be very, very interesting. And maybe we'll give the actual names in the after show.
Oh, we'll be giving names on the after show. You should definitely come.
Eric, no.
We are going to take a short little break. We're going to play you guys a quick commercial for one of our other shows here in the TV co-op, Faraway Bay. So we will be playing that commercial really quick. And then we will be right back with the after show.
Happy Valentine's.
Bye for now, everybody. Bye.
Fingers, Eric.
I can't do it.
There you go.
Too difficult. We did it. Bye, everybody.
And they're both fighting for our bae's attention. They want the date so bad.
Woo! You gotta go with your own heart.
I don't like this person. I don't like anything that they're doing right now.
How would you rate Dom's physical appearance?
Anything can happen.
And make sure you tune in. Subscribe. Go do it. I'm watching.